Welcome back, friends. This is Dr. Jed Diamond, and this is the third video in our series on how you can have an enlightened marriage that will last through time. Today, I want to get into the nitty-gritty of why some marriages fail while others continue to deepen, why some couples start out in love and later drift apart. I'll share with you findings from the new science of love and tell you how we can now predict with over 90% certainty which marriages will fail and which ones will last. And more importantly, which marriages will continue to be joyfully alive after 20, 30, 40 years, and which ones will become marriages of convenience, where couples stay together but more out of duty and habit than real passion, love, and joy. I'll tell you how you can avoid having a disaster marriage and how you can become an enlightened marriage master. I appreciated your comments and feedback and would like to address a few of your important points. You asked if we can really address the issues of a complicated relationship without many sessions of marriage counseling. What I've found is that there are some simple mistakes that people make because we never learned what actually makes a good marriage, or ways they can go wrong. I've been able to distill the experience of thousands of couples I've counseled and to give you the information that people really need if they're going to have a relationship that lasts through time. Most of us believe that you can't study love, that it is a mysterious force that comes into our lives and brings us tremendous joy but can disappear without warning. Nothing could be farther from the truth. Here are some of the important things we now know that you can use to improve your love life now. 1, the key to understanding which couples make it and which don't, what the marriage expert John Gottman called masters of love or disasters of love, is how we answer one simple question. Forget about the new sexual position or romantic weekends away to improve your love life. Those are fine, but there is one question that must be answered positively if your relationship is going to be infused with love. And the answer can't be a lukewarm yeah, sure, maybe yes, or getting to yes, yes. It must be an emphatic, resounding, unequivocal, hell yes, yes. The question is this: are you there for me? The answer mattered deeply when we were children. When we were small, we never asked it directly, but every cell in our body wanted it answered, hell yes. And it wasn't for most of us. We want to know that I matter enough, that you'll put me first when I need you, ahead of your job, ahead of your friends, even sometimes ahead of yourself. Can I count on you to attend to me in ways that I need you to? When I'm easy to love and also when I'm a real brat? Do I truly and deeply matter to you? These are the questions that we have to ask and that we ask non-verbally through our behavior. And when they get answered yes, our children can relax and begin to feel safe, just as we are able to do so in our intimate and in our business relationships. But here's the important thing. We never outgrow these needs. Adults still want to know every day, are you there for me? Canadian psychologist Susan Johnson thinks about it this way: these safe bonds reflect deep primal survival needs for secure, intimate connections to irreplaceable others. These needs go with us from the cradle to the grave. I think that's so important that we hear that. Secondly, the human brain is hardwired for negativity. Think about this. As humans evolved in nature, we had to be constantly attuned to danger. If a bush moved on the African savanna, we had to assume it was a lion stalking us. Better to think the worst 100 times and be wrong than assume the best one time and get eaten by a lion. As a result, we're much more attuned to the negative than the positive. So our brains evolved, as the neuroscientist Rick Hansen says, It became Velcro for the negative, but Teflon for the positive. This bias gets intensified when we grow up, as most of us did, with some degree of child abuse, neglect, or abandonment. Here's why this is so important. Because of the negativity bias, people come to believe that their relationship is more negative than it actually is. And it can't change, that things are hopeless. As a result, too many people give up too soon or accept a marriage that has lost its passion and purpose. We become like confused homing pigeons, flying 180 degrees in the wrong direction. I've spent the last 40 years helping people correct their course, to learn to give and receive the love we all want and need. Thirdly, there's a tool that I learned that marriages need to be renewed regularly. The old idea that we say, I do, and it is until death do we part, is unrealistic. It may have worked when we married at age 20 and we likely died by age 40, as it was until the early 1900s. But we now live into our 70s, 80s, and beyond. We change too much to keep the same commitment without reevaluating. That's why Carlin and I have gotten remarried every 15 years. We've learned that love doesn't last forever unless we return again and renew our vows and renew our commitment to practice being there for each other. Every day we are putting out bids of love and support. The responses we get from these bids determine whether our love continues to deepen or it begins to die. These bids may be a simple request to, can you get me a glass of water? Or can you take out the garbage? How we respond isn't just day-to-day stuff, but it's really asking, are we there for each other? The main reason I'm doing these videos is that I know how important this material is. I know there are people who need this information now. It can make the difference between a relationship that is off the rails and heading for a crash, or one that is chugging along full of life and love. As a therapist, husband, father, and now grandfather, I know the benefits of having a great marriage that lasts through time. I also know the pain and suffering that impacts everyone when marriages become hurtful and begin to fall apart. I'm committed to giving you the tools you need to find a relationship that is right for you and to keep it alive and thriving through the years. I hope you take this information to heart. Literally, that you let it sink deeply into your being and you put your attention on having a relationship that truly nourishes your body, mind, and spirit. There's nothing better in life than being in love. And even better is being in love again and again with the same partner. I've enjoyed sharing this information with you over the past week. Reading your comments and emails lets me know there is a huge demand for information and support to have truly enlightened marriage. The sooner the better. In the next days, you'll be hearing more about a unique in-person class that I'll be offering for the first time ever in Willits. It draws on my years of experience as a marriage and family counselor, as well as 36 years putting what I've learned into practice in my own life. I'll answer the questions that you have shared with me and questions I've gotten over the years from individuals and couples just like you. Rarely does what we really desire come in a package that looks anything like what we expect. Tomorrow you'll receive information about my upcoming program, The Enlightened Marriage, or master class for having real lasting love. It might be just what you've been waiting for in a completely unrecognizable package, one that may surprise, delight, and yes, even scare you a bit. Let's face it, making a commitment to love is not easy. Becoming a master of love is a journey, but one that may well be the best, most important, and most satisfying journey you'll ever take. I want to end this video by simply asking you to reflect on your life and how important a real loving relationship is to you. Truly, we can have whatever we can envision. I hope you take a little time now to share your own vision for what you truly want. I believe that sharing our visions of love can empower each of us to find the courage to move our vision of love into reality. If you can imagine it, I want to be there as you create it, to be a guide for you in having the loving relationship you've always wanted to have. This is Dr. Jed Diamond. I'll see you again soon.